just buy it. Because imagine, right, me buying this for 35. I'm letting you see it because you can then check for yourself and tell me if what I saw was wrong. For example, $60 to even $199 is what I saw. I stopped looking in the end because I was just sort of like getting drawn into something, and I need to get on with work as well. But to me, I believe that silver is going to give you the most value, for example, as well, because a lot of people are starting to actually trade in their gold for silver. So you imagine you buy gold, which is good, don't get me wrong, it is good, right? You buy gold, and gold is going up. Some days it's going up, by 100, for example, $100 a day, for example. But imagine you buy silver, and silver has increased by that amount which I mentioned, say $50. Then Andy Checkman said it should be about $81, for example, and you spent $35 and you're getting like almost 3 times more than what you spent. Which one? I know you'd have to have a lot of ounces, because for 1 ounce of gold is 3,400, but to purchase silver and spend $3,400, for example, on silver, you'll end up with a lot of silver, for example. I like to see a lot of things anyway, tell you the truth, but that's just one of my things I was just mentioning to you. But imagine the profit margin is more with the silver. Although gold is going up, don't get me wrong, gold is very, very good. And if you can afford to get gold, then get gold. Buy both, for example. 1 month gold, 1 month silver. 1 month gold, 1 month silver. Or the 3rd month gold, and the other 2 months silver. Whatever it is that you can afford. Or you save up and you buy, for example, on the 3rd month you could buy a 1/4 of an ounce of gold for $800, for example. There's lots of different ways that you can split the gold and silver that you've got, for example, or that you want to purchase. It's whatever you can afford. And that is the key, because you don't want to you're not buying gold and silver to put yourself into debt. You don't do that. You just buy what you can afford. Don't think of it as a greed thing. Think of it as a long-term plan. Think of it as you're building wealth and you're getting stronger, and it's going to show 10 years later. Imagine if you bought 10 years ago, if you were buying gold and silver from 10 years ago, how much you would have ounce-wise. It would be shocking, wouldn't it? You'd have your down payment for a house, for example. You would be able to, buy things that you didn't even think you'd be able to buy, but you really wouldn't want to trade it in until you need it. If you need like cash, for example, then you'd use your gold coin, for example, to be able to buy things with. And I don't mean to be doom and gloom, but we don't know if things could become that way at some point, for example, because the tariffs has caused a lot of uncertainty worldwide, for example. So we have to take control and be in a way that we feel that is comfortable for us to purchase silver if that's what you can afford, or purchase gold if that's what you can afford. Some people are buying a gram of gold, Some people are buying a quarter of an ounce of gold. Some people are buying silver. You know, silver stackers, gold stackers. Buy both. That's what I would say. So I wanted to share this with you because people are keeping it quiet. We have got so much opportunity here that we can really look at making it and taking it to a whole new level, because the banks, the bullion banks, they are like worried. They're worried that the monetary system that we have, the cash, is falling apart. And I'm sure that you would agree with how you're seeing the currency at the moment, for example. So this is why the treasuries, the bullion banks, the family offices, the businesses, for example, the billionaires, the millionaires, the everyday persons like us, for example, are buying gold and silver. And they're buying it. Some are buying it in mass. I mean, truckloads. Not like us buying like 1 ounce coin, for example. They're buying it by the tons, where it has to be delivered in a truck, for example, or put on a plane. That tells you something. That they're preparing for the new monetary system, because gold and silver will hold its price. Whereas with the dollar is going down in value. Every year it's going down in value. And we're seeing that when we're purchasing things. Whereas with gold and silver is holding its price. So if you can, purchase a silver coin, for example, or purchase a gold coin. If you can, purchase a bar, a silver bar, or a gold coin, for example, or a gold bar, for example. But one thing I will tell you, when I was doing, in 2007, when I was doing the scrap gold parties, for example, I was purchasing gold and silver 30% less than what the spot price was back then. So there's another way that you can do it. You can purchase scrap gold and silver, get it to the right weight that you want it to, a kilo, for example, or just have it turned into a gold or silver bar. And you haven't paid the spot price, you paid 30% less than what the spot price is. And then when you've got enough, you take it to a refinery and they will smelt it down. They will melt the gold or silver down, and you'll get gold bars or or silver bars. You'll have it, certificate and stamped and everything. Now, isn't that a good way to do things? Yes, it's good to buy, brand new, for example, but at the end of the day, when things are melted down, it doesn't matter whether it's old or new, gold and silver is still the same. It doesn't change. It's still valuable. So imagine that you're buying scrap gold or scrap silver on a monthly basis. There's eBay. You can get people to host a gold or silver party for you, which is what used to happen back in 2007, for example. Sometimes it's good to go back to basics. Do a bit of that. Buy brand new. Buy off of eBay. then you're building your wealth. And imagine you're getting it 30% less because you're buying it scrap. For example, you can build your own vault. You can build your own silver and gold vault. You just got to be strategic in what you're doing, for example. Now in my description, there's some links there for you to download. I'm going to put that here actually. There's a link for you to download some of the stackers, and I'm just going to copy and paste into the chat here. You can purchase from a dealer here, which is JM Bullion, which is quite a big one. For example, I think I put too much in here. You can't cope with it. Okay, let me do it smaller. Let's put the link here. I'll put the stacker in here. Try that one. Didn't let me do it. See if it lets me do that. Yes. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to see if I can pin the comment. Not sure why it's not letting me put the link in the chat, which is strange. I'll have to put it here. Let me just try that again. Try that again. You think it would let me do it? Strange. It's not allowing me to. Maybe the link is too much. I'll try it again. I know what, if I take out I'll just put the link in, see if that works. Let's put the link here without the ticks here. Saying no emojis found. I don't know why that is, but there you go. It's not even allowing me to even post in the chat for some reason, but I will put it in the comment section of this video, so do bear with me. But it is also there in the description, so you'll be able to check that out as well. I'm not sure why that didn't go through, but I suppose I will find out.